Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale. Oh, snap. Just when you thought it was safe to get back on the internet or listen to the radio, it came to be a Wednesday afternoon. Right now, right here, live and direct with your main man, with your boy, 360 the Poet. Welcome to Holla at the Homie, y'all. You know what it is. It's another Wednesday right here. At hot7025fm.com. We in this thing like a wedgie. You know how we do it. We call it out. We call it how it is. If you don't know what you're listening to, you listening to the #1 advice column / talk / advice show that you can find online or live and direct. That's right. We back with the homie. The homie is in the building. And so are y'all. It's good to see some of y'all out there. Al Rich, City Ballers Athletics. What's going on with you, home team? It's good to see some of my folks checking in with me as always. I always want to make sure I shout out all the people that's been riding with me. So when I see y'all pop up on the screen, I always make it a point to say something to you if I ever see you chime in. Because that's what I need. That's what I want you to do. That's what we need you to do. I want to make sure you call us up at 702-551-5261. That's 702-551-5261. Or just chime in on live on Instagram or on Facebook at Holla at the Homie on Instagram, on whether it's going to be on your Hot 7025 imprint or whether you just get at 360 the Poet on IG, like some of y'all right out there got going on. So we back. And we always got people wondering what we talking about each week and what we got going on. And you know, we're going to get into all that in just a minute. We got a whole 54 minutes to talk to each other today. So we only 4 minutes in. So we going to talk a little bit. There we go. Hey, I'm in this. There we go. Now I'm here. It's like I had a shot of tea or something. Some tea. Who got the tea? I got the tea. That's who got the tea. That's we trying to figure it out. So, yeah, man. So what's up with y'all? What y'all been doing? Last week we talked a little bit about when to know when to trust and all that kind of stuff. And it's post Mother's Day. So this letter came in talking about Mother's Day and things to deal with that. So we're going to dive into that in a little bit. But first, as always, I got to make sure I give up a big what's up to my sponsors. So anytime somebody sponsors me or somebody sends me in some paraphernalia, or maybe whether it be like, a hat or a shirt, or you make something for me, then shoot, let me get that. That's how you sponsor me. If you need to figure out how to do it, then you reach out to me at _360 the Poet at IG. Send me a DM, or if you want to, just send me an email like the rest of everybody else do at hollaatthehomie@gmail.com, and we'll figure out a way for you to be able to get your sponsorship on, because this week's sponsorship brought to you again by one of my favorite sponsors. This is brought to you in part by Shop Blinged Up. At Shop Blinged Out, always got all the paraphernalia, and whether it be shirts or hats, or her shoe game is phenomenally vicious. So if y'all check out her website at Shop Blinged Out on Instagram or at shopblingedout.com, you'll be able to figure out how to get yourself fresh. You know, she keep me with all the colors. Like she asked me, like, 360, what you want? I say, what you want to give me? You know what I'm saying? Give me what you need me to have. So, it's rosé today. Like I say, it's post Mother's Day, so I wanted to pull out some rosé, some roses, some pink. I'm not even a Raiders fan. Well, I guess I am. I take that back. Rewind. If I finish, I got a contract with the Raiders, so they pay me. So I am a fan of the home team, Las Vegas Raiders. So, so what y'all talking about? So good looking out at Shop Blinged Out. Y'all go check her out on Instagram, Facebook, or just go at shopblingedout.com. So we always want to make sure we do that. Again, if you want to tap in with us, if you want your question to be heard, or you want your voice to be heard, or you got something to say, you want to say something with your chest, then hit us up, 702-551-5261, or you can always drop me an email at hollaatthehomie@gmail.com, and that's HOLLAATTHA HOMIE, hollaatthehomie@gmail.com. And that's how you get in touch with us over here at the show. So we're going to get into it automatically. Man, this one right here came across the wire, and I was like, because, it hit let me rewind. It hit close to home because of part of the subject matter, but not the subject matter in its totality. So let's get that disclaimer out there off top. So it hit close to home based off some of what the letter said, but not all the way in its totality. So with that being said, let's get into the letter, y'all. Y'all ready for it? You know me, I like to print them out because I can't be trying to look at no computer screen, computer go dead on me. That's doing the most. So it says, "Hey, homie. Let me start with saying that I am really disappointed in the fact that I have to reach out to you about a subject which I would think would be obvious. Yet, here we are. So as you know, Mother's Day was this past weekend, and though my fiance and I have been together for a little over 2 years, this was our first Mother's Day spent together." Excuse me. "We got together shortly before Mother's Day, so him not giving me a verbal Happy Mother's Day or greeting seemed sufficient in the beginning. So the following year, I spent Mother's Day with all the mothers in my family who had come into town just for a celebration, for heart-to-hearts and things of that nature. I knew this year was probably going to be different in regards to us spending the day together. So let me clarify. We both have children, just none together. I have one child, and he has two children from a previous relationship. All the children get along somewhat like siblings, and even his baby's mother, I hate that word, and I have a mutual understanding when it comes to parenting each other's children. You could say that we have a healthy co-parenting relationship. So fast forward to this Mother's Day weekend, 2023. Everything was cool. We were all preparing to spend Mother's Day together. My fiance decided to host it at his place since both his BM and our children and I would be there together. So the day is going well, and they make all of our greetings and salutations upon arrival. His BM and I have actually brought gifts for one another, and the kids have made little gifts that they did at school, when that's before the bullshit unfolds. My fiance proceeds to come out of the back room with one gift bag. Ooh, hold on. I don't know where this is going. Both the ladies of the children were looking at him, anticipating and also with confusion at the same time. We were all wondering who the gift was for since we were both mothers in the house. Then he hands the gift bag to his BM. She accepts it, says thank you, and is grateful, and actually gives a genuinely, ask the question. He doesn't say anything else. Is everybody ready to eat? And out of nowhere, my daughter asks, "Where's mommy's gift?" My fiance replies to her, "Well, sweetie, your mom and I don't have any children together, so we don't exchange gifts on Mother's Day or Father's Day." This statement left all of us in the room shocked, and she put that in all capitals, shocked. Not knowing what to say and feeling somewhat dejected, I looked at his BM and she gave me a sincere look of concern, and I said, wow, is that the way you feel about it? You're truly entitled to feel that way. You can just do it without us being here. I began to gather my things, hugged his BM, and told my daughter, let's go. My fiance tried to talk me out of leaving, but there was none of that happening because I was feeling so hurt and disrespected. The worst part is I felt stupid in front of everybody, especially my daughter. My fiance has made many attempts to call and text, but I just don't have the words to respond to him yet. So, homie, I'm coming to you. Do you think I was wrong for the way I responded? Whoa. That was heavy. And it says, sincerely, forgotten fiance. Wow. So, that hit, and the way that hit, let me look at this again. I got to dissect this one. He walks into the room with one gift bag, and his only response was, is everybody ready to eat? All right, let's rewind this back to the beginning, because I like to break it down in its totality and start from the point of origin and where the letter writer sent me in their concern. So the first thing you said was this was the first Mother's Day that you two spent together, even though you've been together over 2 years. So that means there were a couple Mother's Day that you had. The second one you decided like you were wrong, but it was mutually agreed upon that you would spend the day with, the mothers in your family. And so this was the first chance that you got to get. So I see here where it says that the children get along somewhat like siblings. So my question to you, Miss Forgotten Fiance, would be, one, let's ask this. Do either of the sides of children call each other mom, pops, anything that's affiliated with being a parental person? Like, does your daughter call him pop or pa or anything like that? Does she consider him to be her father figure? I don't know whether, you didn't put in the letter whether or not her father is in the picture or whether he got you anything. I'm pretty sure whether, I don't know whether you did have that, want to put that information in there or not, or whether you do have it. Call me up, let me know. But so I'll need to know, a little bit more. Well, I would like to know a little bit more about that dynamic, because that's a very important piece of the puzzle. Because it's like when I said this, I relate to some of what's in this, or some of this hits home, because my wife and I both have children, but we don't have any together. But we don't have this issue because I buy her shit for Mother's Day. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So, but then again, like, her daughter, that's my daughter. She calls me Pa, the whole nine. We've been together 10 years, whatever. But to understand this dynamic a little bit better between both you and because you say it's your fiance, so y'all have taken that step, and big ups to y'all for living in different places, though. That might have kind of, I don't know whether that's dealing with finances or whether it's just you want to maintain independence, but if y'all are fiance with one another, it's big ups to y'all for being able to maintain that in different dwellings, because you said that he decided to host it at his place, which means that's not your place. So big ups to y'all for being able to make this, engagement work from different locations. But back to the dissection of the letter. So now, with the understanding of the dynamic of what parental figures and also do his children, call you mom or mom too or anything like that, because that would help me understand a little bit better whether or not this is a collective mothering that y'all have going on. Like, because, I'm cool as hell with my BMs, like, both of them, Tanaya, big up. She my first, Tamika, big up to you. She my son, mom, but I'm cool with them. I send them salutations and things of that nature on Mother's Day and birthdays, and it's understanding that, my wife and I have that, our, parents of our children are like family to us. So that's, like I said, another way where our dynamic doesn't fit into this equation. Like, But I don't know if I would go as far as getting them a gift. I wouldn't be against it. I'll send them a drink token or something on their birthday or something, and that's that's a good question. So the question was asked, like, what did he do last year? And no, that's not wrong for leaving. He was rude as hell. Don't care what the kids call me. Oh, that's a good one. And over here, Mika Broomfield hits me with, oh, no, old boy was way out of line. The fuck? Old girl needs to go find another fiance who might take the time to consider her, period, with a T. Conversation over. A fiance, a man, a king of the household, everything starts and ends with the queen of the castle. Nothing comes before the queen. And if they're over 30, I wouldn't be willing to hold a tutorial on it. Ooh. So some of y'all on fire about this. I see some of y'all are inflamed about what's going on in it. And I'm loving the passion. Because I'm always objective. I'm not saying who's right or wrong in the situation. Anytime people come to me, especially the letter writer, I always want to make sure that I'm helping you understand where I'm dissecting where you're coming from. And see, like my biggest thing, like to the guy, low key, like he made this whole big to-do coming out the back room, probably fresh smell. He probably was fresh out the shower. He like, yeah, I got my kids out here, both my baby mamas. He probably coming out. You guys say, got my baby mama, old lady, got my kids out here. Like, boom, we jam. I smell good. Daddy doing his thing. Walk out with one bag. He made a whole to-do. Like this is my part where he went way, way left. Like, and in the realm of disrespectful. Because you were right to, you were not in the wrong for feeling the way you felt, because you said you felt hurt and disrespected. And the worst part, you felt stupid in front of everybody. And you said, especially your daughter. Because she's the one that kicked it all off. Your daughter kicked this whole thing off into the spectrum of like, wagwan. Like, she wanted to know, like, okay, they mama got a gift. My mama is your girlfriend or your wife to be. Where's mommy's gift? So your daughter, and that's really, I believe, what put the thought of her in the forefront of how your feelings were affected behind it, because it was in front of the person with whom you are making sure that in mothering or parenting, fathering, anything, you want to make sure you give your children an image to kind of look up to in a way. Everybody say, well, my kids don't got to do me, they can do them. That's on y'all. But as a real parent, want your kids to look up to you. So, and you felt in this way, like, in a way you felt as if you felt helpless because he put you in a situation like that. It was absolutely, utterly disrespectful, the presentation of it all. I get that. I get that portion. But don't remember, I got to go back and play, angel's advocate about it as well. Because what has the precedent been? Like, has there, apparently there's never been gifts given on either side. It looks as if like maybe you haven't given him a Father's Day gift either. You got to think about these things too. So I can't just go all the way in on him. Like I said, I can go in on him as far as like how he went about it, but you got to kind of look at, I have to be objective and look at all the facts, because in this statement, he says, well, sweetie, your mom and I don't have any children together, so we don't exchange gifts on Mother's Day or Father's Day. And he made sure he specified. You put it in your letter. Miss Forgotten Fiance, you put it in your letter to say that, you don't exchange gifts on Mother's Day or Father's Day. So a lot of this, you may have to look at it as if like, has this just been an eye opener to where you two might want to take it later? Or is this enough to say, fuck that, I'm done? Which one is it? You got to kind of decide, because you can come up with the idea like, well, maybe if we exchange gifts on this day, then I would be, feeling even more of a way. But right now I may be feeling the way it was because of how he did it, you know? And you know, and that's, and ooh, see, and that's a point. That's a good point, Lucy Low 78. Your last statement, it says, he's basically telling the little girl, you're not my daughter. That is a statement. You know, again, that's why I wanted to know, like, the parenting dynamic that's going on. Because sometimes people jump into this fiance things, be like, oh, that's my fiance, I'm about to get married, that's my fiance. But then, like, are y'all really together like that? I'm not dogging you, Miss Forgotten Fiance. I'm being Angel's advocate and, you know, a listener and, you know, non-judgmental as I possibly can be. You know, like I said, I never went to law school. Like I always like to say, I forgot to give y'all my disclaimer. I have never been to school, nor clinically, nor educationally trained on how to be a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a clinical therapist, none of that. I just live my life and I've had experiences and live vicariously through other people. And that's how I come up with these answers I got for y'all. You know, so let me rewind and make sure I've got that in the pot as well. So I had Kinchalo, she said if they don't share any children, why would they exchange gifts? And that may be the point in which this gentleman is looking at it. If we don't share children, why would we exchange gifts on these days? That may be what he's saying, because I still, again, have to know, like, have next month, were you planning on hosting at your house? At your crib, and make sure you present him with a gift? Would you do that? And if so, are you inviting your baby daddy to that one? And if so, are you bringing out one bag? Like, I know most, I'm not going to say all, most ladies wouldn't think like this. Most that I know, that I've encountered, wouldn't think like that. Even if it was just a card with a gift card with a massage or something in it, or like anything. It could have been something, but to come out there like that was, you know, even as a dude, I'm like, bro, that was some bullshit. Like, even myself, like I said, the presentation of it all is foul. Was straight up foul. The presentation of it was foul. I get that. But, you know, what Samika says, it says, it depends on their love language. My love language includes gifts for every occasion. I'm trying to figure out how I can start getting gifts for St. Patrick's Day. You can do that. All you got to do is get you some Irish friends and come up with, you know, son of Aaron's reason for giving gifts, and you can get some on St. Patty's Day. You dig? Eddie, it's a gift for all occasions. You know, if you're a gifter, if that's your love language, you know, gifts and acts of service, you know, I forgot my love languages. What are they? Somebody tell me my love languages are. What y'all think my love languages are? You already know mine are. I ain't even going to say. But back to this story. Because I'm looking at it, and now, like, my thing is, see, I read a line back here. It says, you and the BM exchanged gifts. Now, that right there in itself, okay, so this has to bring it to another part of the dynamic. I almost forgot about that. You and the BM come in there with bags for you. Y'all come into his house, because he's hosting, you know, Mother's Day, so y'all being ladies, and be like, you know, I'm not going to show up empty-handed. You know, big ups to those who show people how to do that. You know, I grew up with all women, so I kind of learned that coming up. Like, you don't show up nowhere empty-handed. Anywhere you go, bring something. I don't care if you bring plastic cups. Bring a 50-pack of red Solos. Bring something to anywhere you go, or you won't get no more invites to any of the cookouts. Remember that. But, so I'm looking at it like both the BM and the fiance brought gifts for one another. Y'all bought gifts for each other. So that right there in itself should have let him know, like, damn, I fucked up. You know, and that, you know, that way I'll be like, damn, let me run up to Walgreens. He should have called up to Uber Eats, or you know, there's so many different ways. They got commercials for all the stuff. Like, if you forget something, look online. While he's back there getting fresh, coming out to present his gift to his BM and not his lady. Come on, man. You had to know you wasn't getting none on Sunday, bruh. I hope you one of my viewers. I hope you watching, because I need to talk to you, bruh. I would like to talk to you. about how you went about this whole thing. You're in the wrong for how you did it, bro. Again, it all depends on how the dynamic goes with y'all parenting, y'all's co-parenting. You know? Matter of fact, if you one of my viewers or any of y'all, call me, 702-551-5261. The number's right there on top of the screen. Where is that? Right there. Boom. And somebody said, Ikri said, I want to know whose original idea was not to share gifts on those days. If it was him, he's trash. See? He made it. So that's another thing. Like, that's an old, fuck boy trick. We ain't got to do gifts on that day. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. We ain't got to do gifts on that day. That way you can save money when it come back around. Like, we ain't got to exchange birthday gifts. We don't have to do any of that. Like, but that'll save him some money. That's fuckboy tactics right there. That's straight fuckboy tactics. And people don't realize, like, that's game being run on them until the game is actually live and direct in their face and like, damn, that's a foul. Damn, that's out of bounds. All the things that deal with the wrongness of the game. Because game can be run on you at any time. Game is for sale and plenty of people buy it, no matter who provide it. I can try, but I can't hide it. Look at me, don't get me started. I got double microphones on for a reason because I spit that shit. But now, so like, this is my thing. Like, if y'all brought gifts for each other, another thing, so back to playing Angel's Advocate. If y'all knew that y'all were going to bring gifts, and if you and he had never exchanged gifts on those days, there should have been a conversation about, like, call this fool, make sure he got something for both of us. Cause like, girl, we cool and all, but your baby daddy ain't never bought me nothing for Mother's Day, but we ain't never spent it together. This is a conversation you could have had as a prequel to this, because women have a little bit of influence over their man, whether y'all know it or not. But I'm still, like I say, on my side of the fence, I'm buying gifts for everybody. Like, if you in my life, and no, don't get it twisted, not of everybody. I don't fuck with everybody. But, like, if you in my life, whether you special, whether I care for you, if I say I love you, if it's a certain day where I'm going to call you on your birthday, I'm going to do everything that needs to be done as far as that's concerned. So, there should be more. I'm hoping and wishing, I don't know what every man does. I'm wishing that there are more men out there that do it like me, do those things. Because I don't want to be one man on the island doing that shit. Then I feel retarded. Retract that word. Then I feel crazy. But if I'm crazy, I'll be crazy by myself. I'm already functioning schizophrenic. But how is it that you two got beyond the point of not getting gifts? But not only that, I always say communication is the key that opens every lock. The key that opens every lock is communication. It's got to be two ways. You got to speak, but you also got to shut up and listen. This is for both, the male and the female dynamic, the couples, the friends, And yeah, that's the point. And that's the thing about it. I'm not covering his ass. I'm not. I'm just saying the things that seem obvious. Like one of my viewers and listeners said right now, you hold your fiance and her kid in front of your BM. Leave him with her and your kid. Like, that's whatever you said. BM, leave with her and your kid. She said, that's crazy. She said, taking the BM with you. The kid going too. The kid's going, the BM going, and you and your baby going. Gonna leave the dude there at the crib by himself. It seemed like it should have been that way in some sense. My thing is, I can't believe what's Donovan said. Donovan Brooks said, "No, get that woman her gift. If your woman you're secure, if the woman you're with is secure, she should have no problem." And I get that. I'm not saying that I wouldn't get my BMs a gift, if they hit a 50-year birthday or, and like I said, it still ain't going to be a lot. I ain't going to get it more than I would give my wife. And I'm going to tell her everything she may put in with me. I doubt it, but she might. I doubt it, but she might put in with me. She may got 5 on it. Whatever it is. It's just because I'm notorious for giving half 100. If it's your birthday or something, say, here, go half 100. Go have a drink. Go have something to eat. But that's because I love you. I fool with you. But if you got a BM and you know that she coming to the crib and you know that you got her a gift, common sense, which ain't all that common. Common sense is not all that common. I've gotten that understanding. It's not. But you should be able to decipher the right and wrong between getting one person a gift and not the other. And if you planning on marrying this woman, if y'all truly are fiancés, I always put air quotes around that because, in today's society, fiancé is just another name for boyfriend, girlfriend for a long time. For those of y'all just joining us, let me recap a little bit. I've got a letter from a lady named by Forgotten Fiancé, and she's talking about how she was invited over to her fiancé's house for Mother's Day along with his children and their mother from a previous relationship. And she and the mother of his children are cool. And they were so cool, what's up, Cousin Keith? Even they exchanged gifts. But when the fiancé / BD came out to present the gifts to the mother, no S, in the house, he only brought it out for his BM and not for his fiancé because they don't share children, was his reasoning. So that's to catch all those who may have just gotten on here up a little bit with what we got going on. And the question to her is, when she got up and left with her daughter, because her daughter asked where was mommy's gift, and he said, well, we don't do that because we don't have no kids together. She got up and left. And she wants to ask me, do I think she was wrong for for the way she responded to the situation. So there we are. And I simply said, no, you were not wrong, Miss Forgotten Fiancé. But I always like to balance both sides of it. I'm not a Libra. I don't even think I have any Libra in my chart. But I like to balance both sides of things so I can get an understanding of, yes, Donovan, yes. That's what I'm glad I caught you up. Yes, she has a kid, just not with him. And he said, well, since they don't have kids together, they don't exchange Mother's Day or Father's Day gifts. Somebody up here said that's them trying to say, Ikari said he trying not to get those established so he can save some money. He's trash. Yeah, she's got a kid, but just not with him. Yeah, he extra bold. And yeah, that's what the hell. When you with somebody, I mean, if y'all in that fiance phase, whether or not y'all have established your kids call the other one mom or dad or anything, you don't have to do all that. My own kids call me by my first name sometimes, little badasses, but they grown. But at the same time, when y'all together, you right. They kids are your kids. I mean, because you feel this way because you've even taken under your wing his children, which are not yours. But again, that's why I asked the question, what is his parenting dynamic with your daughter? Does he discipline her? Does, when y'all go out, people ask when he meet his friends, he be like, oh yeah, this is my daughter, such and such. Does he say that? Or does he say, this is my lady and her daughter? You have to listen to these verbal cues sometimes. What's that? Lucy Lowe said a dude like him would feed his kid in front of you. Ooh, I wish. I'm so glad I never had to go through any of that. The fact, somebody feeding their kids and not mine. Man, listen, I would have been on the news a long time ago over some food. Like that one girl, she got mad because her baby daddy brought his kids to McDonald's and her kids ain't getting no McDonald's. But it's just certain dynamics. That's why I said you got to look at the dynamic of it. What's this? Michael Cooler Jr. said if he's going to marry her, then her kid is his kid. He is a parental figure. It's a package. Exactly, it is. Yep, hey, that's another good question. That's a good question. See, I love having y'all on here and seeing, like, Twin J2 says, I hope she see how they really feel, how he really feels. Because you got to dissect this. Mika said how they make it all this way to being engaged without having the understanding, the expectation of holidays and gifts. People really be out there faking while in relationships for the gram, and that's true. Social media has destroyed a lot of stuff, as I'm talking to y'all on social media. But social media has messed up a lot of stuff, but it's also connected a lot of things, so it leaves us all in a state of confusion. It's like people fake for the gram or fake for Facebook. Their relationship is so picture perfect, but behind closed doors, my saying, nobody knows where the nose goes when the doors close. So behind these screens, on this other side of things, like, y'all don't know my life. Y'all don't know me like that. For those that do, big up to you. You got an inside track, Donovan said, tell her get on Christian Mingle because she's single. He said, F your kids, they ain't mine. He said, kicks over the pillow fort. You so stupid. I pictured all of that. Fuck them kids. Them ain't my kids. Say it. You know what I mean? Like, I hope y'all get an understanding of, like, where you want to go from here. Where do we go from here? You know the song. You know how it go. Where do y'all go from here? Because it seems like you take the L out of lover, it's over. That's as real as I can spit it. Because in a situation like this, to where it feels as if misforgotten fiance, and I see you out there. I saw you tap in. I know you out there viewing. It seems as if y'all have come to, in the words of Boys and Men, to the end of the road. You gotta think about it. Was this really a social media relationship? Or are y'all flexing on the ground? I don't even know if y'all are flexing on the ground or not. Because if y'all are, then he probably would be like, anybody like hashtag family, all these other kind of stuff. And y'all had the opportunity to have this conversation to be like, hey, pump them brakes. Like, we just go together. But if he's popped that question, like, if y'all really are, like I say, fiancés, if y'all are fiancés, because he's popped the question. Was that on the ground? You got to think about it. You got to look for the clues. I'm big on whodunits. Like, I like law shows. I like, police shows. Anything that's going to give me my favorite cartoon, Scooby-Doo. Put it like that. It's going to find me a whodunit. So you have to be able to listen and look for the clues. Some of them are verbal. Some of them are the way the people move. You got to look at what are the postings happening. Like Mika says, we don't post the bad stuff on social media. There's no such thing as perfection, but happiness is a functionality, and happiness and functionality are achievable. This is true. Happiness is extremely attainable. And I find myself the most happy when I'm not online. If any of y'all that's known me for years, all the years I've been online and had an online presence, the last year or so, I ain't really been on there like that. And I found more happiness in it because I'm not caught up in what's people's filters of their lives are. And I try not to flex as much on what my filters of my life is because I don't really feel like putting them on all the time. And I don't want y'all always to see the ugly. Or I don't want y'all always to see the good because even when things is going good, it's always a hater out there. Somebody that's a hater. I don't have any enemies, but I'm pretty sure I got some haters. Like, look at it like Ja Morant situation. The dude that took the video of him ain't his friend. Ain't his homeboy. That's a hater situation. So sometimes you can't always put everything on the gram. But if y'all were not that type of couple and y'all haven't had those conversations as far as like what type of relationship y'all have, then it hasn't come to the forefront. I'm pretty sure through these texts and calls that you've been ignoring, you probably done blocked him and all kind of stuff, or got a Finsta and checking his other stuff out because Mother's Day wasn't but 4 days ago. You sent me this letter. I'm looking at the date. That was Monday. So it was the day after. That hit you and you hit me. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You know? It's my thing is, if it's been that soon, I'm pretty sure in some of those calls or texts, I don't know whether he's tried to apologize or whether he realized the error in his ways, but if it's gotten to this point to where he could just bust out and be disrespectful to both you, your kid, in front of his BM, then you got to ask yourself, you got to, not to put no shit in the game, but ask yourself, did she know about that? Did she know this was going to go down like that? She might not have. She might have. You never know. You don't know it's a snake till they take their skin off and they come out the closet. People chiming in. Ja has his own enemy. Yeah, he is. But that homie is his homie. They ain't his homie. And he ain't trying to put that camera down. Why you got the camera up? Why Ja in the car with guns in the car anyway? Ain't your homeboy. Why you gonna pull up and be like, oh, my bad, I pulled that down. Nah, bro. That's dry. He just got in trouble for that. He just got in trouble for that 90 days ago. Not even. Like 60 days ago. And he just got put out the playoffs. Come on, man. I'm like Kwame Brown said, what you gonna do with that little ass pistol anyway? You got all this money. Get some people some guns around you. Let them carry them. I ain't gonna get on job. I'm back on this conversation over here with Miss Forgotten Fiance. My thing is, Superman of the Car Beers, what up, man? You out there hustling them whips. Glad you can chime in with me. My thing is like this. If y'all don't start communicating with one another, then there's probably nowhere that this can kind of go, because this is going to have to be a conversation. You're going to have to. After this, you can't, this ain't one of those things you can kind of sweep under the rug and be like, oh, hey, babe, how you doing? The next day. It's not one of those, oh, I forgot it. You know. What y'all talking about? She said, Ja is just as bad as that baby daddy making bad decisions. I feel, and like I say, that's why I love these open forums where people can express how they feel. I love it. I love how y'all chime in and let me know how y'all feeling. And that's a good question. That's a good question, Twin J2. That's the question I had asked her. She said, when his kid is around the fiance, is she doing the mom thing? That's what you have to look at. You have to look at it like that. Like when, y'all out together, because it's easier to escape it because y'all don't live together. So that is a way that he can kind of say, well, we don't live together. We don't know, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. So, but there's been times, like if you cool enough with the kids, you cool enough with the BM, then it's been times when y'all all been together. And I'm pretty sure that his BM wasn't there during a lot of those times. He may have just had the kids. She may have been going out for the weekend or doing whatever she's doing. But while the kids are with you, while him and you and he, were you doing the motherly thing with his kids? I'm pretty sure you were, because like I say, y'all two exchanged gifts with one another. You had the common sense. But common sense ain't all that common. But you and the baby mama had the common sense to say, we both are mothers. We both parent each other's children from time to time. Here is a gift for me to say thank you for doing that. That's all Mother's Day gifts really are. Like saying, what, my good looking, appreciate you. It may not be a whole lot. It may just be a macaroni and construction paper drawing of what's supposed to be you, but it's a stick figure with mop looking hair. Whatever it is, it's just a gesture. It's a small gesture. Could be large, could be small, but it is a gesture to say, I appreciate the parenting portion of what you do, the mothering that you do for either myself or others. That's all it really is. That's what the gifts are. Or for Father's Day, same thing. June come around and we don't have nowhere near as many commercials. We got 2 Home Depot commercials and then maybe some car commercials that I highly doubt somebody gonna buy their husband a car. But hey, babe, you wanna buy me a car? Go on with that. You know what I want. But Father's Day next month. Be up laid up after surgery. But so I'm not comparing. I'm not saying, oh, it's the society's fault for not playing commercials. Nah, it's dude's fault for presenting it the way he did. It said, dude really gonna hate me. But if that's his fiance, they talk every day. That dude left the fact out that he bought the other girl a gift out the conversation. They're not communicating at all. He bold as hell. You right, Donovan. Again, like I said, there were ample times to say, I bought my baby mama a gift, babe, but I ain't got you shit. Should I bring you some shit? It's a whole lot of times to say that. Who's that? I Am Dana Fully Love said, my son gave me paper plates and plastic forks, and I was thankful. See, exactly. It's the gesture. It's the gesture. You know? Sometimes it's way too simple to figure it out. It's so simple, if you didn't see it, then you're blind. He's completely blind about this. The fact that he took time. You say he brought out a gift bag. So that means, most dudes, gift bag, for one, is an easy way to wrap it. So I get that. But if he took the time to stop by 99 cent store, get a gift bag, because ain't nobody buying it nowhere, unless you bought it at Walmart, wherever you bought the gift from. But you got a gift bag, so it's got tissue paper probably in there. Somebody else done wrapped it for him. And a gift. He took all that time out to do that for another woman that he not even smashing, allegedly, anymore. You gotta think about that. You must think about that. Look at that. Look at all of those angles, misforgotten fiance. Look at those angles. How does that look from another view? How does that look? Because, people always say, like, you only get a 180-degree view of yourself. So in order to get the full 360, you have to pay attention to the movements in your peripheral. You have to be able to swivel and turn around when things don't feel right, metaphorically and literally. You have to pay attention to the clues. Like I say, back to my favorite types of shows, the whodunits. The whodunits. Who done it? Who done this shit to me? Who is it that's making me feel this way? Is it him? Is it me? Is it us together that we've allowed this to be a situation? Sometimes the hardest truth is the most helpful truth, because it's hard to understand it. So you also got to look like, damn, he bought her a gift. Her. They not even together. At least for the last 2+ years, they haven't been together, because y'all have, allegedly. I'm going to keep putting that allegedly up there, because that just fits there for me. I'm looking at this in so many different ways. Not every baby mama, baby daddy's still smashing. I can testify to that. No, not everybody's still smashing. But this situation, this right here, seem a little sketcherific. I'm just saying, like, if he got enough, I mean, not to sound bad, but he got big nuts to come into the crib. I'm just picturing in my head, and you know how it is when you're getting dressed for, like, the function, like, where somebody been cooking all day and the house smelling good like food, so they back there getting ready to get, you're getting dressed, you fresh out the shower, putting on your lotion, got your music playing on the Bluetooth in the background, and it's people in the living room because you hear the kids running around. Like, I'm visualizing all of this. I'm picturing all of this happening behind the scenes. So he getting dressed, everything, and he got his outfit laid out on the bed, because you got to be fresh. You got to be fresh. You coming out here to your baby mama, your kids, and your lady and her kids, so you got to be the cleanest thing in the house. Somebody said, Lucy Love said he got big nuts with no penis at all. He was proud of his gift too. Buster. That's a buster. That was. I'm talking about, but I'm just still picturing, like, just imagine. I'm wondering, what was he playing? Old school music? Was he playing some new rap? I bet he was playing some of that drill music, because he can't be. Oh man, he can't be out there like playing no old school Uncle Charlie or somebody. You know what I mean? Like, So you go playing some of that, and he like come out and he got that move happening. What's this say? I got somebody say, Miss Lojo said, people get caught up in the Hallmark holidays, but I get it. He should have known that how she would feel about Mother's Day, and that's his fiance. It was wrong for him to get the BM a gift, but not his love. This is true. That's what I'm saying. Like, because again, I'm not knocking him for getting his BM a gift. You know what I mean? Which is I'm glad you saying too as well, Miss Lojo. Like you saying, it's just he didn't get his love of his life, allegedly, a gift. Like that's a statement. That's damn near a Dear John letter. Mika said, baby, I would have knocked over everything on my way out. OWT 100 with a smiley face emoji. You right. I bet your little feisty ass would have knocked over everything. If it ain't nailed down, glued down, or screwed down, it's going against the wall. Because that is, the word for this situation is foul. It's foul. And I can't slice it up any other way to say, like, maybe he was thinking. He wasn't thinking, bro. You were not thinking about what's going to happen at your household, my brother. You don't think about the problem you're causing in your family. You didn't think about any of that, bro. Like, I don't, and I'm a pothead, but I don't want none of the weed he was on. He had to be on some of that. Ooh, wait. To think he had to be like, what were you not thinking about? Like, what made you think that was a fresh ass idea and you were going to be able to pull it off? And I'm pretty sure his remark back to the daughter of his fiance was like, I don't know if he stuttered over his words because she didn't say that in her letter. It just says that, he said with a straight face, like, your mother and I don't have kids together, so we don't exchange gifts on Mother's Day or Father's Day. I'm just saying, like, he threw that in there specifically to say, like, or Father's Day. Like, so we've been together these 2 years, and I ain't got Nan Daddy's Day gift, and I'm the only father in the equation. Well, he may be saying, I don't know how your BD is, Miss Forgotten Fiance. I hope that your daughter's father, bought you something as well, just to kind of cover this side of things, it's just kind of like, just to kind of balance it out for you, because I don't feel good about this. Like, just the presentation is what's got me so, like, golly, come on, bruh. Like, whether you believe in the active holidays, whether it's Hallmarks or, or anything like that, like, whether or not you believe it. You're right, Donovan. She cheated that. He said she cheated that night. Now we going back to a couple shows ago. Was it cheating? Was it cheating? So, but yeah, so it's just like that, man. So whether you believe in the holidays or not, so I'm gonna wrap this up in summation. Whether you believe in the holidays or not, if you're with somebody and you decide to get a gift for somebody else, but not them in celebration of said holiday or observance, think twice about that, y'all. Think twice. So I appreciate y'all all. I always appreciate y'all that chime in and check in with me each and every week right here at hot7025fm.com, right here at Instagram and Facebook Live. All y'all that chime in with me and send me these questions and all these inquiries at holla@thehomie@gmail.com. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate it. Superman in the Carpet said, BM only getting a text from me with the shoulder shrug emoji. And both my BMs got text from me yesterday, and they both replied, thank you, TY. Some just say TY. They don't even say thank you. Punk ass. No, I'm just playing. She cool. We all cool. But again, I appreciate y'all that chimed in today. I hope this doesn't happen to any of y'all. Miss Forgotten Fiance, I hope we helped you at least a little bit between myself and all those that chimed in on the situation. For any of y'all that ever needed any of my advice or anything like that, remember, HOLLAATTHAHOMIE. Until next time, y'all, holla at the homie. So, again, big shout out to @ShopBlingedOut for making sure I'm fresh to death over here. And until next time, I'll holla at y'all. in a minute.